The formula hits. I'm not feeling too because I can't figure it out. If y'all can hear water sounds, it just rained. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new video. As you guys can tell from the title, we're gonna be reading romantasy this week. I'm super excited because we have a very amazing lineup with this video. Without further ado, we're just going to start off with the first book. I have started reading this. I read 20 pages, so not a lot, but we're gonna read Rose and Chains by Julie Soto first. And if you guys do not know, Julie Soto is one of my favorite authors. Her past two releases, romance releases, have been 5 stars for me. I was so happy when I realized she was releasing a romantasy series. So this is Rose and Chains, and in this book you're following
Tobin, I think is her MC.
Yeah, Tobin and Bryony. Bryony was a princess of this kingdom that was taken over by another kingdom, and she ends up getting sold and auctioned off to a family from the kingdom that captured her kingdom. And the main character, Tobin, is the one that bought her, and we're just following that plot line. This is an enemies to lovers. I haven't read a lot these past few days, so I'm hoping to do a lot of reading today and also try and get through this as much as I can. That is the first book. We're going to be reading a lot of books in this video, hopefully. So let's get into Rose and Chains first. Reached page 200. This is chapter 21. I'm excited to continue. Apparently there is flashback chapters, and I'm currently in a flashback chapter, and honestly I'm really liking this. I know some people have stated that this book is a little bit slow, but I think for me, I do like the slow pace. I like that there is a build up to the world. With the premise of this book, you can't really rush into a relationship, so the slow burn is burning. Like, it is absolutely hot in there. The thing is, I love Julie Soto's writing, and I love her main characters. For me, all of her books hit because I think the formula hits. Same with Ali Hazelwood. I will like every single book they write, no matter what, because the formula hits, and this one, the formula hits. Right now, it is almost 9 p.m. and I have nothing to do, so I'm gonna be sitting in bed and reading. We're finally getting some plot. We're finally getting some romance. I really want to know Tobin's thoughts because this is all in Bryony's POV, but I want to know what Tobin is thinking. I want to continue reading, so I'm going to give you updates later, maybe tomorrow, depending on like how fast I read. Good morning, everyone. It's the next day. I have some really good updates. I stopped at page 354 yesterday. I'm currently at page 360. I'm almost at part 3 of this book. I have this much left, which is about 100 pages, so I'm gonna push through and get this done. Right now, I'm gonna sit my ass down and read for an hour and hope I can get this done. I've been enjoying this. I've been enjoying Tobin and Bryony's relationship, their conversations, showing how Tobin is obsessed with Bryony and has always been the entire time they were in high school together, and up until now, like, he is rightfully obsessed. And I love a guy like him. I love that male main character, which is why I say Julie Soto is one of my favorite authors, because she writes the formula of a male main character I love. He's cold, he's brooding, he's angsty, he's quiet, but deep down, he has always been obsessed with her, and he'll go all out to protect her. And I feel like Ali Hazelwood also writes that kind of male leads, and I always eat them up. But yeah, I'm excited to finish this. I'm gonna get some snacks, and then we'll get this read. I finished Rose and Chains. I love this book. First things first, let's just talk things I liked about this book. Obviously, as I've mentioned, our male lead the romance, the yearning, and the pining. I love Bryony as a main character. She was so steadfast. She wasn't selfish at all. She knew what was important and she still strived to do her best. I loved the way she was questioning everything, but then at the same time, she was so sure of her own feelings. And obviously the winning point of this whole entire book is Tobin. Oh my god. I can't. And he was perfect. He didn't have any flaws. I absolutely loved him in this book. He was so good. In terms of the plot, yes, the beginning was a little bit slow. We're getting into a new world. We're figuring out the magic. We're figuring out the powers. I also really like the epilogue of this book. It wasn't shocking. It didn't surprise me at all. I saw it from a mile away. There wasn't like a plot twist to have me gasping, but I still really liked the overall plot line, especially the slow burn romance. Like, when I'm telling you it's slow burn, I mean it's slow burn. Getting towards the point of where they finally can trust each other is gonna take a long time. I just really like the book. I don't know what else to say. I'm rating this at 4.5 just because the beginning was a little bit slow. Still a really high rating. Still a book I would absolutely love and absolutely want to pick up the second book of. Also, one other good thing is that maybe some of you guys might think it's a cliffhanger, but I think the ending of this book wasn't that bad of a cliffhanger. Honestly, for me, I liked it. I like that the end wasn't as bad because then I won't be feeling a little bit slumpy just because I don't have the second book. So I love Julie Soto's writing. I love her plot. I love her characters. I think she's a great writer. But we're down to our second book. This one is a little bit scary. I haven't heard the best things, but I also have heard great things. So we're in two very different spectrums here. I'm talking about Silver Elite by Dani Varances. I don't know much about this book. I know it's dystopian. At least people have said this is a dystopian fantasy and more romance than fantasy. We're gonna be reading Silver Elite. The front page says, "To the woman who kick ass in this world, this is for every battle you've fought and every barrier you've shattered. You inspire me every day." I love that. Okay, we have a map. Let's get into this, I guess. Okay, that's chapter 1. I love getting into these books slightly blind, so we're not gonna read too much of the back. It's a few hours later. It is currently almost 10 p.m. I think. I have read up until page 42. Chapter 4, and I'm going to continue reading this tonight, but I was editing and doing some like admin stuff. My current thoughts, I don't know how to feel about it yet. It's too early to talk about my feelings, but I think it's a pretty good start writing wise and world building wise. We're getting information pretty quickly. I like that. We're not taking too much time to get into the plot, so that's good. Also, I figured out the plot of this book. Basically, you're following Ren, who's our FMC. She's one of those rare people who has telepathic magic. She's called the Modified, and if you're found to be a Modified, you'll get killed. A situation happens where she ends up joining the Silver Block, which is basically a very highly classified, super strong group of soldiers. But the thing is, you're living in a dystopian world, so it's a totalitarian society. But the thing is, I don't see any of that right now, because when I read dystopian books, the first few things that come to my mind are like Divergent, The Hunger Games, but this one doesn't really feel dystopian yet, and I'll give you guys updates either tonight or tomorrow. Oh, okay, wow, that was a big yawn. Reading updates. So yesterday I read up until page 116. Chapter 13 was where I stopped, and then I was reading a little bit here and there today, and I'm at 156 right now, so I've read 40 pages. I am currently working, doing some video editing. Other than the fact that I need to edit a few videos, I am completely free today. There's not a lot of work I need to do. That was my dog snoring. I think I'm gonna read right now. That was my other dog. Maybe at 3 I'm gonna start reading, and so far I don't want to say I'm enjoying it because there are a few factors in this book that I'm personally not hitting the spot. In particular, our main character, whose POV we're in basically, she's a little bit contradicting sometimes, especially when she talks about her attraction towards RMMC Cross. I get the sentiment that he's a hot guy, but he is your enemy, and you have stated a few times that you're not attracted to this guy, or something that he does makes him unattractive, but then a page later he does something else and you suddenly want to bone him. That's, I think, the issue I have with our main character. She also seems like the type who wants to be independent and strong, but she is not portraying those things from the way she's acting. I do like the plot. I do like the world. It's not really hitting the spot. Yeah, it's not like Rose in Chains where I was so invested in the book. I was bringing it around and wanting to read every single page whenever I stop. I'll give you guys updates soon. Much better. It's currently almost 11 p.m. right now. I am feeling really exhausted for some reason. I am falling asleep reading this, but I have gone to chapter 35. This is page 329. I've gone a lot through the book. I am less than 200 pages left to the end, and I just wanted to go to bed, so I'm gonna put this down for tonight. I might do like another chapter of reading before I go to sleep, but I am gonna put this down for the night. We didn't end up finishing this book today. I'm gonna continue reading tomorrow. Hopefully, cross my fingers, I'm gonna have time, because tomorrow's a Saturday and I have a full packed day tomorrow. I'm not feeling too great about this book. I don't know, I don't really see much of the dystopian factors, to be honest. I don't really like the romance. The relationship just feels a little bit lusty for me. I'm indifferent towards this right now, and I'll give you guys updates tomorrow. That being said, I'm going to go now. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hello guys, I'm gonna try to make this update quick because I don't really have much to say. Currently Sunday. I woke up, I'm a little bit tired. I didn't film anything yesterday. I think I was out the whole day yesterday, and it was a really tiring day because I had 3 workouts yesterday. There was a lot of pickleball and paddle stuff, so I did not get a lot of reading, but I did get some because I was accompanying my husband cut his hair, and I got a lot of reading there. I stopped at chapter 47. This is page 433. So that's where I stopped, and I have less than 100 pages to the end. Also tonight I have a friend's bridal shower, so I won't be able to read anything tonight. However, I'll try and finish this today, like this morning. Right now I don't have anything until that bridal shower, so I don't really have much to say. Things are a little bit boring. That's all I have to say. I look like an egg, but we're gonna read the last page of this book. So okay, and that is it with Silver Elite. I thought it was going to be like some sort of big reveal or anything, but it wasn't anything too crazy. I'm gonna sit on the rating for this book just because I actually do not know, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like either a 3 or below a 3. I do not like our main character, which is the main reason why this rating is so low. I couldn't really understand the connection they had. There was one reveal that was pretty interesting, but it wasn't shocking or anything. There are a few plot holes when it comes to how things are happening. Yeah, I don't know if that will be explained maybe in the second book of the series or not. Maybe it's kept hidden for a reason. So I'm not gonna say that it's a plot hole. It might be revealed in the future books. I did have a decent time reading this. It wasn't the type of book where I was hating on it or I wanted to quickly get this book finished. It wasn't that type of read. That is our second book done for this video. I haven't thought about which book I want to pick up for our third book. The last book I wanted to pick up, I don't know if it's really a romantasy or not, so I'm on the fence of picking that book up. Okay, hi guys. I'm gonna make this quick. I have come to the conclusion that we are gonna read Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. I was in and out with my option, but I just picked the obvious one. This is on my August TBR, so I'm gonna pick Swordcatcher. And I did check on Goodreads. This is a romantasy. I know this is mostly fantasy and not a lot of romance, but technically a romantasy means at least a subplot of romance. I'm gonna pick Swordcatcher. This is about Connor, Kel, and Lynn. Connor is the prince of Castellane, and Kel is the body double of Connor. Basically, when things get a little bit dangerous, Kel will take over Connor's place. They look very similar. And then we have Lynn, who is a physician. She is Ashkari, aka she has rare magical abilities, allows her to heal, but then she's also shunned by the community because they are weird. And then she ends up working in the castle. She meets Kel and Connor. Things go from there. I don't really know exactly what her plot line is or like the romance, but I do love Cassandra Clare. I love her. Her Shadowhunters world is such an amazing series, and I've read every single one of those books. I know the second book is also out, so you know what? I'll give it a go. I'll give it a shot. I was a little bit scared of this because I have read a little bit of this book. I'm at page 70. This is chapter 3, and the first 70 pages was super tough in a sense where it's really heavy world building. Let's just see how I'll feel about this. but this is going to be our third book. I don't want to bring this thick ass book, so we're going to read this on a Kindle. Yeah. Sorry for the horrible lighting. It's been a hot minute since we've talked. I think it's been 2 days. I haven't given you guys any updates. So my last update to you guys was that I was picking up Swordcatcher and I started at page 70. Now I am currently at page 274. I'm in the middle of a chapter. I'm almost halfway through this book. Yesterday I didn't read a lot. I was very tired for some reason, so I slept really early. Currently it's 6 p.m. and I have read 120, 130 pages, I think. Initial thoughts now that I'm almost halfway through. It's interesting. I do understand what people say that it's very info dumpy. However, I do understand that it is the beginning of a new fantasy series and there is world building that needs to be done. It's just a lot of world building, a lot of making sure that things are the way it is and everything makes sense by the end. Honestly, the 120 pages I flew by. I really did not feel like I was reading for hours. I love this writing. I'm excited to continue more. I'll give you guys more updates later. It is currently the next morning. I didn't give an update because I actually fell asleep. I was so tired for some reason, but I fell asleep reading. I didn't give an update. I'll give you guys an update today. I am at chapter 15 right now. I'm at page 348 and I am more than halfway through this book. My thoughts so far: things are a little bit slow, but there are some topics, some discussions that are pretty interesting in a sense where I want to get to know more about the situation, especially when it comes to Connor, our prince. There's a lot of mysteriousness, and also in terms of the romance. I know there isn't a lot of romance in this book, and I came into this book knowing that it is more of a fantasy heavy book, but I know there is romance. I'm just figuring out if it's Lynn with Kel or Lynn with Connor, because honestly at this point you don't really know what is going on, where the love lines are, or at least if you do know, I am a slow person, I guess, because I can't figure it out. For me, it doesn't seem obvious on who the love lines are and like what's going on. It does feel like everything's being thrown out at you at the same time. In this chapter, it's an info dump of information, and then another chapter is an info dump of information. But for me right now, I think things are going great. I'm gonna continue reading this. But yeah, I'm gonna continue. Hopefully I'll get this book done today. Wow, I look pale as heck. Before we even talk about the book, the entire day today I was so stressed out because I lost this like one little tiny thing that was very important to my work, and I was so stressed out that I couldn't really do anything, and I spent the entire day finding this tiny thing. I found it. And now I can finally do my outro because I was so stressed. I couldn't really like film anything. I was just thinking about that thing the entire day. I did not give any updates yesterday, I'm pretty sure, but I did finish the book. I did end up finishing Swordcatcher. I was really happy that I finished it. The last 250 pages honestly flew by. Like, it was so easy to read, super fun, lots of reveals, and like I finally could see the romance line, which was really exciting. And it wasn't as climactic as I thought it would be, but I really liked the ending. I liked what is going to happen next. I feel like the next book is going to be epic. So I did have a lot of fun with this book, and even though the beginning again was very like info dumpy, lots of world building, but overall this was a really good book, a really strong first book to a new fantasy world that I'm so excited to continue. So as you guys can tell, yes, I did enjoy this, and my current rating is 4 stars because I did think the beginning was a bit slow, but I absolutely love the ending. You only get POVs of Kel and Lynn in this book, and I want to know about Connor more. Connor is such a mysterious character. For me, he is the most interesting one because I don't know anything about him. Also, another point as to why it's 4 stars is because I did like Lynn, but I felt like Kel was missing something, and I wanted to see more of Kel. So I hope that he will show his character more in the second book. My battery is dying, so I'm gonna make this real quick. But I read 3 romantasy books. 1 was a fail, but 2 I really liked. Again, as a recap, Rose and Chains, I rated 4.5 stars. Silver Elite, I think I didn't talk about my rating. I'm not too sure, but I'm rating this 2.5. That is the end of this reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It will mean a lot to me, and also look out for other videos. I'm excited to do more reading vlogs. It's just so fun. But yes, that is it for today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.